Oh, let me go on Instagram. Oh my God, I want to see if this works. I know you're high up Instagram and I look like a little I look like a little mole on Instagram. But it's just where I've got a new stand for the top of my computer. So I'm just going to probably talk up here. Let me see, but then I can't see my comments. I tell you, when you double stream, it creates all sorts of issues. So I can only be 18 minutes today, no more, because I've got live fitness in my tribe, my private monthly membership, the tribe. Every Thursday morning, I do a live fitness, only 15 minutes. But guess what we're going for this morning? We did deck of cards last week, or then we might do a Tabata hit or whatever. But this morning, Jane Gamp's on. We're going for some freestyle to get your steps in, because I've got another 500 steps to do before 10 p.m. So Karen, good morning. You've got a gold on Facebook, followed by Caroline, who's silver, and Jane Gamp, second gold of the day. I'm actually live on, I don't think I am. Oh, I wasn't live on Instagram. Should we just do it without them, Facebook? Should we just do it without Instagram? I'd forgotten to press the live on Instagram. And if you follow me on Instagram, I literally... Oh, I don't know what to look like. I look ridiculous, that's for sure. Come on, everybody. So we are literally this morning just going to be 15 minutes. Honestly, we are, I promise. So they're coming on Instagram. Becky's got a gold. Dixon Gilly has got a silver. And Jen's Adventure has got a bronze. Lovely. If you follow me on Instagram, I look like that advert back in the 80s and 90s where Rabsy Nesbitt was in the photo booth and he sunk down like this. It's because I've put I've got a stand for my computer. Let me just do it. And I've put it at the top. And so hopefully it looks like I'm looking at you both. So morning, Billy. How are you? Good morning, lovely Amy. How are you? Yes, Leanne, we need the extra steps. Oh, gratitude. Look at this. I left it in the hotel. Look at that. When I went to Citizen Emmy's on Bankside in London, when I went to London, I can't believe I left it. It was white on a white top and I left it, and I need it because I go away tomorrow to Mallorca. And so my lovely son Ben went to the hotel and collected it yesterday and posted it, and it's come. Thank you. So yes, moments of gratitude there. So morning, everybody. How are you getting on? I have done so far this morning 9,486. So if you're in the tribe, we'll be doing a bit of a freestyle sort of dance, working the legs hard in 15 minutes. I've not done a live dance this morning because YouTube, what are you called? Do you know, as you can tell, I'm going away and I'm planning for when I go away. Instagram kicked me right off because of the music. So I just wanted to quickly ask you, I've just done a post about it. Are you an early bird or a night owl? Now, the thing is, what makes me laugh and I find really rather humorous, and I perhaps shouldn't really, but I do, I just think whatever, is in winter, you get an awful lot of people using the excuse, because we all use excuses about different things. Oh, I would walk early, but I don't like the dark mornings. I don't feel safe, or it's too dark and cold and it's wet. I don't like, and fair enough. But those same people, I don't know who they are by name, by the way, but I just know they exist out there. You might be one of them. Yes, you might be one of them. You might be one of those people. Now that the mornings are getting lighter, I mean, I was out just after about 6:30 this morning. It was beautiful. Sun was up, everything. You get those same people who will just make a different excuse because they just simply don't want to walk. And if you don't want to walk in the morning, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, do you know what, I don't like walking. You can shove your walking up your arse, Sally. I don't like it. Fine. We're all different. And that is great. I put a post on about my juicing yesterday and somebody said they'd rather eat it than juice it. fair dues. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong. I personally couldn't bear to eat a massive, the big massive bowls of thing that are juice. I'd be there for hours eating it all. But there's no right or wrong. I'm not here to remind you to walk and get your 10,000 steps in. If you don't want to do that, it's absolutely fine. But what I am happy to do is highlight the bullshit you keep telling yourself, and then you can make an informed decision. And it's when people own their excuses, that's when change happens, because we all do it. How many times have you said, oh, I don't have time, oh, I don't like water, it doesn't taste of anything, oh, I was going to do that, but Jackie's turned up and it was her fault. We all do it. We all make excuses for some reason. I don't tend to make a lot of excuses around movement, around exercise, because I owned my bullshit years ago, and that's why I had huge change, so I don't. But I do make excuses about writing my book, about other stuff. I do make excuses, and I think, and I do make excuses for not going to bed early, or I do. We all do it. But when it comes to walking, what I don't want you to do is turn these excuses into part of your persona. How many times would you say to yourself, oh, I would walk in the morning, but I'm not a morning person? There's so many people, I'm not a morning person. And that's what they say to themselves. It's like them saying all the time, I don't have time to exercise. It's the same nonsense that we say to ourselves. Now, you might not have tried getting up a bit earlier to walk. I mean, my walk this morning, yes, this week, in fact, have been amazing. They've just been amazing. And there's so many bonuses to it. So what I'd love for you to do, even if you're not doing your 10,000 steps, I'd just love for you to try it. And don't try it for a day. Try it for the rest of the month. So you've only got another 21. You've got another 10 days. They said September 8. You've got another 9 days to just do it every morning. Get up and get out walking. If you don't like it after that, then remain a night owl. There's nothing wrong. We're not better than you. Just because I'm an early bird doesn't mean to say that I'm better than somebody who chooses to get up at 9 and go to bed at 1 in the morning. I'm not better than them. I'm really not. Everybody's different. We have to respect and honour that. But what I don't want you to do is pigeonhole yourself as a night owl just because you can't be arsed getting up, just because you've lost your mojo and you don't feel like it, just because you're tired because you've been binge watching Netflix till 2 in the morning, and it doesn't really feed your heart and soul. You're doing it because you're a bit fed up with yourself and because you've been eating crap food at night. That's what I want you to, if you're happily a night owl, then stay happily a night owl, really do. So that's all I'm trying to remind you of, really, is to get up early and to sit, and don't automatically pigeonhole yourself. Question your pigeonholes. When you hear yourself saying the same stuff, oh no, I'm not a morning person. No, I'm no good. I'm no good before 9 o'clock. I can't do anything until I've had my coffee. I mean, thankfully, I can't stand coffee. I hate the stuff. I hate the smell of it. If Simon's had it, I won't go near him for an hour or two. I can't bear it. The only time I have coffee is when I used to be desperate in January, and there was when we used to buy tins of sweets, or I'd go to my mum's, Quality Street, and there'd only be coffee creams left, and I was desperate, so I'd eat them. And they're actually not so bad. I quite like a coffee and walnut cake, if I'm honest. I do. I quite like a coffee and walnut cake. But as far as the drink goes, I think it's vile. And I'm really pleased I feel like that, because I'm sure I would be a coffee addict. I'm sure I would. So, Wendy, I own all my excuses, and never mind someone telling me I'm up and out this morning feeling good, the sun is shining. Brilliant, Wendy. And that's perfectly said. There's nothing wrong with making excuses. Just own them and just say, do you know what, I don't want to do it today, rather than saying, oh, I don't have time, or I don't like it, or my little finger was starting to get a boil on it. Just say, I can't be arsed today and I don't want to do it. And it feels good saying that. It feels good owning it, going, no, I don't want to walk. I was going to do your 10,000 steps for 10 o'clock, Sally, a.m. But do you know what? Today, I can't be arsed. I'm in a bad mood and I'm going to eat shit today. So that's how it's going to be. I'll do it again tomorrow, but I'll make sure they're done by 10 p.m. Full respect. Nothing wrong with that. Just own it. So Third morning, says Marion, of 10,000 steps, feeling fantastic. See, feeling fantastic. Oh, it's like magic. It's so powerful. And you know what? It's not the 10,000 steps. It's not that it's the morning. They all help Marion Cotter feel fantastic. What it is that she's committed and she's made the effort. She's committed and she's made the effort. That's what makes her feel fantastic. She's chuffed with herself because she's committed to something. She's said she's going to do it. Even if yesterday she might have woken up and thought, oh, I can't bother today. No, I said I'm going to do it, so I did it. So she didn't turn over and press the snooze button. She got out of bed and she's done it. And it's whether you've committed to go and lay in a brick wall, whether you've committed to go in and taking your nana to Tesco and then back to the old people's home. It's whatever you've committed to doing that you're sticking to it and you're following through on what you verbally said. You're following it through with your actions. That is what makes you feel good. Daz, 8,000 steps this morning, same again after work. Brilliant. It's going to be nearing 20,000 by the end of the day. Absolutely fabulous. It's just amazing. It really is. So I love it. I love that you're doing it. Look at that, Wendy. These days for me too, and I've done over 10,000. Unbelievable. 17,000, yes, before 10. I mean, if you're getting 10, excuse me, live burp, I am sorry. If you're getting 10,000 steps in before 10 a.m., sometimes I don't do a lot more if I'm sat here all day working, but I'll do another 3,000 or 4,000, but I have a lot more chance of doing a 20. How many miles is 10,000 steps? Alex, it depends. You know, any questions that you get, you can always Google as well. Always Google's your best friend, whether it's to know about juicing, walking, whatever. The stuff I Google, honestly, because you can get loads of different answers. So there's loads of different answers for that, Alex. But roughly, I do 2,500 steps in about a mile. So for me, 10,000 steps is about 4.5 miles, but we're all different. Depends how quick you walk. If you run, it's a lot less because obviously your stride's a lot longer. Amy's just lovely. What she's to say here. I used to pigeonhole myself with being a night owl, but since questioning myself, I'm feeling better in general. Isn't that ace? Question yourself about loads of different things. I'm going to put some of these comments up on Facebook. You won't see them on Instagram, but never mind. I used to pigeonhole myself with being a night owl, but since questioning myself, and I really love the fact that you do question yourself. What can you question yourself with? Might be nothing to do with steps or anything. It could be to do with how you're eating. It could be to do with how you feel about a friend. You know, it could be to do with you keep telling yourself all the time that, you know, I used to tell myself that I really missed drinking all the time, even though I did 3.5 years of it. I went back to it because I kept telling myself that I really missed it. Why was I telling myself? I'm not surprised I was starting to find it a bit difficult and I really need to go and see what it's like, which I did for about 10 months, on and off. And then decided last September that it was coming back into my head and I was starting to drink more, and I thought, sod that. And so now I'm happily alcohol free. And I don't tell myself anymore that I miss it. Occasionally, I might allow myself to think and go, yeah, do you know what? I probably would have had a drink here and lovely. And then I just question it like Amy is. And I put it to bed and go, well, I don't miss it. And I'm not telling myself I miss it anymore. So Laura says she gets 7,500 steps in 3 miles. So we're all different. Thanks for that, Laura. That's helpful. Amy says she's about 4.5 miles for 10,000 steps. So you've got a few answers here. I forgot who asked it, but you've got a few answers there. Daz says, what's that Chinese saying? A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. The hardest one is just getting up and throwing on some clothes and getting out the door. The rest of the steps are the easier ones. Couldn't agree more. With a lot of stuff you're doing, with a lot of stuff you do, the hardest part is actually starting. But just do it. Just start. Just do it. And do you know what? If you've not been doing this, doesn't matter. Do you know what? Do it again next week. I'm off next week. You won't see me at all on social media next week, apart from the stories. I'm going to be doing my stories because I want a record for me. So I'll be doing my stories, but there'll be no content. I won't, because we're away next week. But just go down to one of my previous posts and print another one of these off. Print another one off and keep doing it. What's to stop you doing it? You know, if you're in the tribe, somebody start a thread. Who wants to do another week of 10,000 steps before 10 a.m? Because the beauty of it being in a private group, you can't do it on Get Over Yourself, I'm afraid, is the beauty of being in a private group is that you can all post on it, whereas you can't post on Get Over Yourself. But one thing I will do, I think before I go, how would you like this? How would you like this? So Daz and Amy and people who are doing it, before I go on holiday, so I can do it tomorrow on Friday, because I will be live tomorrow, but it probably won't be at 9 o'clock because I'll be in Mallorca. We fly at 6 o'clock tomorrow, so I'll be maybe still at the airport. So I'll be live from Mallorca tomorrow. Now, who would like, if after I've done the live, if I just put a post on saying 10 before 10, and I'll put the link on to this, because it's all automatic. You can link, and if you've not got one, you can get yourself one. And then I'll leave the post on. And then if you want, you can just all comment on it and support each other all week. How about that? You can do it again. Who'd like that? And then you can, because you can't do the initial post on Get Over Yourself. And if you're on Instagram, it's sort of hard cheese, you know, but you can do it, and you can keep posting every day on Get Over Yourself. And what will make it work is if you support one another, like and comment on each other's stuff. I know it's not a private group, but it doesn't matter. Oh, a lot of you are saying, yes, I'd like that. So let me make a note because I'll forget. Post on Get Over Yourself steps. And obviously, if you're in the tribe, you can do your own private one there. So if you want to do that, obviously you'll have to keep coming back and checking in, and do support one another. You know, post your sheets on and do it all week, and I'll come back and have a look. But one thing, we are away. We're celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary, which I think is on Monday, the 25th of April. So I won't be checking my social media at all. I won't be looking at emails, won't be looking at messages. If you tag me, I'm just not going on it. The only thing I'm going to do is my Instagram stories, which do post to Facebook stories automatically, but I never check the messages on. We don't ever look at the inbox on Facebook messaging, because I always used to forget it was there. So I will be doing my Instagram stories. You can follow us along on our boot camp retreat, because I want a record of it for myself, but I won't be looking at DMs next week, if that's all right. I think that's a good compromise. I won't be looking at any DMs that you send, you know, oh, nice, where'd you get your necklace from, and that sort of thing, and nice sunrise, and, you know, and like, I love responding to all your DMs on Instagram, but I won't be doing it next week. So I think that'll be a nice idea. I'll put a picture on of me, and go 10,000 steps before 10 a.m, continue on while the cat's away, the mice will crack on, and you can all support one another. Jessica, I've just done 10,000 steps dancing to an imaginary music while listening to you. I'll usually just sit down. Jessica, fabulous. It all helps. It all helps. It all makes a difference. And do you feel chuffed, Jessica? Do you feel a little bit chuffed with yourself? I bet you do. Lisa, I work full time, start work at 9. So getting 10,000 steps before 10 is pretty impossible unless I get up at 6 a.m. But I like my sleep. Lol. Oh, Lisa, this is a great one to finish on. Lisa, you're going to have to take this well, because it's meant with love and care. Lisa, pretty impossible. That's nonsense. Absolutely, utterly nonsense that it's impossible unless you get up at 6. Get up at 6 and try it. That's my, while I'm away, Lisa, that is my challenge to you. Lisa Shears, let me just put a comment on. I love comments like this. Well done, Lisa, for posting. I work full time and start work at 9. So getting 10,000 steps in before 10 is pretty impossible unless I get up at 6 a.m, but I like my sleep. So for at least once, Lisa, what I want you to do is go to bed an hour and a half earlier. I want you to get up at 6 a.m. and go and do it. And I want you to see how bloody good you feel. And I want you to tag me in the post that we're going to put on Get Over Yourself tomorrow, that we're going to put on while I'm away. I want you to tag me in that, Lisa Shears. I want everybody else, if Lisa Shears does it, I want you all to give the biggest, reddest love hearts you can and give her loads of love for doing it. Because you can do it, because you're pigeonholing yourself, Lisa, so that you don't get up before 6, you like your sleep, you're putting yourself in so many pigeonholes. This is a brilliant example that is stopping you from, so you're not even trying it. How do you know? I mean, I've done this before, and people have changed, and they've stayed early morning people for the last 2 years. One lady did it. She did it for 28 days, and she loved it. So I've got to go because I've got to do my live thing. So Lisa, are you up for the challenge at least one day? Come on, Lisa, are you up for it? One day to get up at 6 and get your 10,000 steps in. Remember, 10,000 steps before 10 p.m. is brilliant. But if you really want to push yourself, Lisa, get it done before 10 a.m. Come on. Is she going to do it? Is she going to respond and say, yes, she's up for the challenge? Laura's up at 5:40, coffee than trainers on, very hard most days, but I love seeing the bluebells in the wood, the sun through the trees, and saying hello to all the early dog walkers who can, oh, brilliant. The feeling when it's done is so worth it. So that's Laura's comment. Look at that. It is hard getting up sometimes. Of course, it's hard getting up at 5 or 10 to 6. You think, oh, I'm tired. You're going to feel tired. But acknowledge that you're going to feel tired. Commit the night before that you are going to do it. So well done, Laura. Here, come on, Lisa, says Julie. You can do this. Come on, Lisa, you can do this. So, are we exercise at 9:30? Yes, we are, Sue. I'm sure I'd just seen a comment. Oh, come on, Lisa, you can do this. So, Lisa, it's down to you. Obviously, if you don't do it, you don't do it. We're all different. I don't ever want anybody to feel bad for not doing it. But what I don't want you to not do it for is because you're listening to the same old story that you tell yourself. Just try it. All right, I'm getting off now because I'm doing live fitness. Lisa Shears is up for the challenge. Come on, can we all give Lisa some love hearts, please, before I go? Sue North says, marvellous. Come on, Lisa, says Laura. Lisa Shears is up for the challenge, so we'll be looking out for a name on Get Over Yourself next week to say that she's done it once. You can do it tomorrow if you want, Lisa. If you do it tomorrow and tag me, I'll see it before I go on holiday. If you do it tomorrow and tag me, I will see it. Get your trainers and clothes ready the night before, says Dan. Set the alarm, walk, dance, march on the spot when the kettle boiling. You can do it. You absolutely can. At least you're going to be beaming when you've done it. And I cannot wait. I want you to send a picture. Send a picture. Helen, I get off work at 5:15. I always do my stretches. Absolutely brilliant. Those few exercises every morning makes a difference. Over to live. Come on, Lisa. All right, then. Well done, everybody. So Instagram, well done. Lots of love. I'll see you soon. I forgot to turn you off yesterday. And here we go. And right, I'm off. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Marion. All right, then. I'll be looking out for your tag, Lisa. Lots of love. And if there's anybody like Lisa, because there'll be lots of you like her, Lisa's been brave enough to say it. So well done and thank you. There'll be lots of you like Lisa. Lots and lots and lots of you. I know there are. So be more Lisa. Come on, do it with her. Lots of love. She's off to the gym tonight. Keep smiling. Absolutely brilliant. Lots of love. Ta-ta.